Hey everybody, Tony D with a hot take. Now this one, let me set this one up so I don't make the same mistakes I made last time. Now, in case you don't know it, my hottest video right now is still Antifa versus the Hells Angels. Now that was, it turned out to be a rumor. It turned out to be a total rumor, which I've said in the comments many times, and I think I even put it in the description of the video. I also slipped and said motorcycle gang instead of club. The Hells Angels is a motorcycle club. The Mongols are a motorcycle club. They don't like the term gang. They prefer MC, or motorcycle club, or club. My apologies, no disrespect. And everybody in the comments section has been correcting and correcting and correcting me. Yes, I got it the first 20 times you said it and I responded. So, at some point I'm going to just stop responding to the comments because I got it. All right. No disrespect intended. But now there's another motorcycle club that may dip their toe into this water. Now, again, this is just a rumor, but this time I have a little more proof because my friend told me that one of the Pagans, which is a more local motorcycle club to me in South Jersey, Pennsylvania region, the Pagans, or someone claiming to be a representative of the Pagans, I should say, called into a radio station, WPG, I think it's WPG, and you could do a search and hear the same call-in, and basically said that the Pagans were considering, it's not definite yet, but they're considering going to the Black Lives Matter rally in Atlantic City, I believe on July 4th, and they're going to do a counter rally for Blue Lives Matter, according to this caller. Now, the radio station, I don't think they had any way to confirm whether or not this guy was an actual pagan or if he spoke for the pagans or, maybe he's a rogue in the Pagans. I don't know. It could be totally true. It could be totally false. I don't know. But you can look up the phone call yourself and listen to it. But he said that they were considering that. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting, right? Here is a motorcycle club considering what people have been talking about for a while. And they wouldn't be the first motorcycle club to do this. There was a group of bikers who did some stuff. I believe it was in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and they showed up for a rally and a counter rally to Black Lives Matter. I think it's because, again, the Black Lives Matter movement, they've allowed it to be hijacked by these Antifa idiots, and these guys hate the United States. They're caught up in this communist nonsense, and they're tearing down statues and they're doing all this extremist nonsense, and people are uniting against them. So congratulations, Antifa, you morons. You have united America against you. No one likes when you tear down statues or throw paint at George Washington's statue. This idea that you have to tear down history, that's a Marxist idea. It's the idea of like, well, we're going to tear everything down and hit the reset button and start over. Yeah, you're going to tear down everything and we're going to be standing in rubble and then you're going to start off. I mean, we already passed the rubble stage. We're way past the rubble stage. I don't want to be back in the rubble myself. I don't want to be banging rocks together trying to make a flint tool so I could start scaling up our technology. You people can go back to banging rocks together if you want, Antifa. The rest of us would like to keep our technology, and I think a few tweaks can work rather than the extreme measures you people seem to continually espouse. And your little show is coming to an end. I mean, people are starting to get arrested, and your numbers are already small, and with these heavy prison sentences coming your way, you're going to continue to shrink. At least your leadership will. and they're going to find it more and more difficult to recruit people to do this Antifa idiocy. Now, Pagans Motorcycle Club, I have a few suggestions. It's stuff, pretty common sense stuff. You guys probably already know this, but understand that if you do attempt to do this counter protest, understand the media will savage you. I mean, they're just going to savage you in the media. So, my advice would be to do your best. Don't let these people provoke you. They will attempt to provoke you. They'll attempt to provoke you into a fight, and if you get into a fight with them, you're going to be, the headlines won't be, Antifa members provoke local biker club. The headlines will be local biker club attacks BLM. And you don't want that headline, obviously. So there's no really good options for you because, I know you don't want to be disrespected. And these people aren't afraid to, they're going to push their members to disrespect you. Just understand that going in. So you could, to some extent, mitigate the circumstances. Again, don't attack. Let them really, go at you till it's so obvious that you have to defend yourself. But just be aware they're going to throw stuff at you, and somebody's probably going to get hurt. And at that point, maybe, but it's kind of a lose-lose situation in terms of the optics. Be prepared, though. My suggestion is to pick one of your members, the guy who's the best spoken. The guy who called into the radio station was pretty well spoken. Give him a nice look. I understand he's got to wear the colors and whatnot, and he should look like a member of the MC, but, he should have a good look to him. Someone who could be a spokesperson for the club and have a prepared statement, have several prepared statements, and understand that they're immediately going to jump on, well, you guys are racist and you attack the BLM. That's going to be their narrative. And it's your job to counter that as best you can. And if you have a spokesman ready that's willing to go on TV, they probably won't be able to resist allowing you to at least come on TV and respond. So you're going to need a guy who's really quick on his feet, really has a good look, well-spoken, and absolutely will not break on TV. And don't use sarcasm. Sarcasm's bad. I know. You're going to be tempted to say something flip and just be dead serious the whole time and just be totally common sense a guy. Just, your party MC and you were doing this Cops Lives Matter protest and you had no interest in a fight, and you had no interest in starting a confrontation. You're just there to support the police because you're law-abiding people, law-abiding MC, and and be real too. Obviously, the MC. Yeah, we like to party. We're outlaws, whatever. But we don't hurt anybody unless we're attacked. And that's pretty common sense. You got to stick with common sense. And again, you're probably not going to totally win the media battle, but you can mitigate the optics to a point that the average person watching, a full court press of this stuff will look at it and say, well, he seems pretty reasonable. These seem like pretty reasonable guys. But you need to be prepared, and be prepared to have your, the history of your MC brought up and thrown into your face. Do a little research on anybody who you're being interviewed by. Dig down deep in any of the employees who have been Me Too'd or had some scandal and throw it back in their face. Don't be afraid to do that, but make sure you know your stuff ahead of time before going into the interview. And then you can sort of counter it, and then understand that your focus should be on, you're there to do normal stuff for Cops Lives Matter, and the BLM protest has been infiltrated by Antifa and communists. And you should say that with a totally straight face because it's true. And you should question, why is BLM sending all their money to the Democratic Party? I thought it was for black people. I thought this money was supposed to be to help black lives, not to help the Democratic lives. Why is that happening? They'll shut down the interview like that, but you will make your point. and they won't have an answer. They'll be afraid of that information. They'll be afraid of that information being broadcast on TV. So know that going in. That's your counter to their narrative. If you get cornered, and if you're willing to take on the narrative using one of your members as a spokesperson. But don't let them corner you. Don't let them corner some of your random members on the street. Obviously, they can't corner you, but keep your members out of the media as much as possible. Until you can control it and have like a total control over the situation as much as possible. So, these people in the media are ruthless, man. They will do anything for ratings and anything to promote their narrative. So don't let them use you to promote that narrative. Another scenario is just don't bother with them at all. Just let them run their narrative and try to do good, and then be on your merry way, and then don't take an interview at all. That's also an option. And listen, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to help you out and give you some advice, because I don't want to see anyone treated like the media treats people. And I've been treated bad by the media. I've been treated bad a bunch of times. Not nearly as much as, say, someone like Trump or some of you guys out there. But, the media they're tied to their narratives, and that's it. And you have to be very wary of them, because otherwise you just get used, and then they toss you aside, and then you don't have the platform to respond. So good luck if you guys do the counter protest, but be wary. Be wary.